Hello everybody. So I was going to record this little video as I'm cooking, and I thought, you know what, let's just kill two birds with one stone. So welcome to Latte with Lynda, afternoon edition. X6 stage left and takes a bow. Oh my goodness, I've just taught a class at the yoga quarter. It was literally packed out. Now they said 61 people, but when I looked at the list, there's a few people whose names have been missed off. So I suspect it was more than 61 people in the studio for our performance. It was the first performance of February, which means that we are all fabulous. And because we've done glutmus, work the glutes, absuary, we've done the abs, that means we're all done. We're fabulous. And it's just focusing on the mindset and telling ourselves how fabulous we are. So we are now into February, and it was the open day today, and 80 odd people signed up, and fortunately 80 odd people did not turn up. But Richard and Fazia, that's his wife, they had to wait to see if they could get in, and they squeezed in and they got a spot. And it was great. It was a great class, all about high intensity interval training with Pilates principles, doing our very, very best, like we always do. And we set ourselves up, so it's all about the mindset. It's all about that mindset shift of telling yourself what you can do rather than what you can't do. And then you just do it. So we did, how many planks did we do? We did 5 minutes of planks, then a minute and a half of our Beyoncés. In fact, we only did a minute of Beyoncé's because there were so many people. We were, it was like herding people, you know. I was like a sergeant major barking, and you have to give the instructions, not once, not twice, but many, many times. And then somebody turns up late, goes behind a pillar and tells me they can't see or hear. Oops, there goes a piece of garlic. That's the garlic protesting and raising its eyebrows at the situation. I said, look, just follow along as best as you can. Follow the people next to you. Whether they're doing the right thing or not really didn't matter. The most important thing was to show up. And that's the same for you. The most important thing you can do is to show up as your true, authentic self and give it your best shot like you always do. So right now, I am going to do garlic and pepper in the air fryer. So it only takes 15 minutes. And here's the peppers, and it's really nice. Just a little bit of salt, pepper, olive oil, and roasted, and really, really tasty because you get the sweetness of the peppers and that lovely taste of the garlic. And it's going to be very nice, I promise you. Let me do a show and tell. So, because I managed to persuade so many people to come to the yoga quarter, for this open day. We were sold out on Thursday, or packed out on Thursday. Fortunately, there is another Inferno class later on in the afternoon, being taught by lovely Rachel. So Adam gave me a little plant. I'm just going to show you. This little plant here. I know, ever so sweet. So we're just feeling into names at the moment, because you know all my plants have names, and I've not quite decided what she's going to be called. I think, yeah, it's a she, definitely. So we've no name at the moment. And the other thing I got, which is going to come in and out of the fridge, and you can't actually see it, but you just have to believe me when I say. SCOBY. Symbiotic culture of yeast and bacteria. This is actually a sourdough from a bakery. I know. So it's not just any old sourdough. And that's from Tule, who always gives me the tea from Turkey, organic green tea from Turkey. So now she has given me a sourdough starter, and she sent me some recipes. So we will be working together, you and me, Latte with Lynda, with our sourdough recipes. It's just taking a bit of time with this, isn't it? Just do a couple more, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with the peppers. In fact, let's just leave those as they are. They're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Just remove this. Just pretend that I've done them all. Do that. Here's one I've done earlier because I am literally going to put them. I think what I need to do actually is I just need to do this because I've got to do it with all of them anyway. It's just to crush the garlic, release the beautiful juices and the oils. There, that's it. And then that will make it just easier to remove the outsides. What else am I talking about? Oh, hello, Sylvia. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Probably wondering what's going on. A little bit of cooking as I yickety yak. Two little gifts on Friday. Isn't that nice? Plant. So 2 little beings. Now, they're not human beings, but they are beings. They are life forms. A plant and a symbiotic culture of yeast and bacteria, which are going to help in the creation of other things. So the plant obviously will take up all the carbon dioxide and create beautiful air in the house and hang out with the rest of the plants. Some of them have seen better days. In fact, one of them looks like it's dead. We won't mention the D word in front of the other plants or in front of this new plant that's arrived. You'd probably think, what the hell? What's happened here? Let me get on to the next bit so you can see what I'm doing. Alex, if you're watching, this is the kind of thing you can do. If you want your plant foods. So here are the peppers. They've been washed. And I'm literally going to cut them in half and then just pull out the seeds. I should have bought the thing is with the food recycling bin. It's very full. It needs emptying. So just pull out the seeds. And I'll just tap in my hand to get any excess seeds. I mean, it doesn't really matter. There they are. Go through and get all of these into the air fryer. And like I said, 15 minutes. Might put it on for a little bit longer because I've got more peppers. And then I'll probably show you a little film of what it looks like afterwards. Because we're not going to stay here for 15 minutes, are we? Doing this. I think that's all I have to say today. I might cut some cards. Yeah, you don't want to be watching this, do you? This is when you realise that actually recording would have been a better idea, wouldn't it, than live? But, never mind. But because I come on live because often there's somebody who says, oh, where are you? Not seen you today. So just for those fans. Now, yesterday I went out and there's this lovely woman. She's so lovely. She makes me laugh. In fact, I said, if ever we go out again on like a night out or a day out, I said, I'll make sure that I prepare myself either side. So I'll have a day off. I'll make sure that there's a day either side for me to prepare to go out with it and recover. Well, she was telling us about the time that she went out. She doesn't go out that often. Her children are in their, I think the youngest is probably 21 or something. So they're all older and left home, I think. And she said that she went out with her friend for lunch. And she came back at 6 o'clock in the morning. I know, 6 o'clock in the morning. And the poor husband literally was about to phone the police and ambulance. So this is Monica. She's lovely. And yes, I'm looking forward out to an occasion out with her. So I'll make sure I find the time to prepare. So I'm going to put them into the air fryer. Just put everything in. And I've got loads more peppers to cut and to de-seed. And I will chop up this garlic actually. I'm going to chop it up a little bit so it's roughly chopped. Remove these outer layers. Add a little bit of salt and pepper and olive oil. And then let it roast. And what you get is this delicious, lovely peppers and lovely sauce. I'm just going to chop them very roughly. It really doesn't matter how you chop them. I'm just going to put them in there. And I'll keep chopping here. And yes, I should pull a card. I should stop and pull a card for you, shouldn't I? Bear with me. Do people do cookery programmes on here? Oh, who knows? Now, I'm quite interested. When I come on, I notice that people are waving. And I wonder if people... Because when I go onto other people's lives, I don't notice if anyone's waving. Or I don't know how to wave at people. So I wonder if it's an automatic thing, that you're waving against your will. You'll have to let me know. Oh goodness, look at that. That doesn't look so good, does it? Fortunately, it's just the seeds. The seeds have seen better days, but the pepper on the inside is fine. Oof. So I'm just going to cut this one a bit more and make sure I get rid of all that seen better days seeds. So we've got nothing horrible in the roasted peppers. Get rid of this little bit here, it looks like. Rocky Horror. Right, let's check. All good. Almost there. May as well keep talking, and then we'll pull a card. So the film is out. Let's talk about the film while I'm doing this. Hard Truths is out. Now you'd think that I'd written and directed and cast and starred in it myself, the way I'm talking about it. But, well, you know, when you know a person in a great movie, you've got to celebrate, haven't you? As if it's your own success. Because, as I said before, we don't often celebrate, do we? Don't celebrate enough. And I think celebrate your wins, however big or small. And join in somebody else's celebration and celebrate for them. But I don't know that my nephew is, celebrating quite as much as I am. And if he's not, that's all right. I'll do it for him. And the rest of the cast and crew. It's a very good film. Mike Leigh. So the film is Hard Truths by the British director Mike Leigh. And he is a very good director. He has a very different technique. I mean, there may well be other directors who use that technique as well. And it's really allowing the actors to bring themselves and their own interpretation of the characters. So, you know, Mike Leigh may have one idea and they bring it. So this film is Hard Truths and it's supposed to be very, very good. In fact, it will be. So I'll be off to see that and I'll be able to do a proper review. Right, everybody, so here we are, got in the air fryer. I'm just going to, I think it'll be fine actually. I was going to mix it up, but I won't bother. What I normally do is I sprinkle the garlic on top. Get a few in, get them into the, bit of garlic into the pepper hearts. I won't worry about that too much. Towel, here's a towel to dry my hands. So I'm just going to do salt, pepper, and olive oil. Just going to sprinkle salt on this. Just a little bit more. Get to all of the peppers. There we are. A nice bit of salt, black pepper, olive oil. Oops. Into the air fryer, 15 minutes. Oh, hello. Hello, dear. I'm just wandering around, putting the air fryer on. 15 minutes. I'm going to give it 15. There, and it's on. So that's it. That's that done. And it's really nice. You get the roasted peppers. So while I'm here, I'm going to pull a card from the Letting Go pack. And as you can see, I never did find the flip camera app. It disappeared on one of those sneaky upgrades of Instagram, and it's so frustrating because all those great things that you have just disappear and it's not there anymore. So anything you see is always back to front. Right, I'm going to go for the first one. It's on the top and it is Fear is Healed by Love. So it's back to front. You're going to have to exercise your brain. Fear is healed by love. As we consistently let go of resisting our fears and allow them to be surrendered, the energy that was tied up in the fear is relinquished and now becomes available to shine forth as the energy of love. Very, very important. It's probably what is keeping you stuck is that energy of fear. So it's sort of finding a way to release that fear, let it go. Maybe it's something that you need to make peace with, something that you're holding on to, a story, so that you can let it go, and then that space is created for love. Soul Tribe, that's it from me. The noise in the background, that's the air fryer. Going to be on for just under 15 minutes now. So the peppers are roasting with garlic, salt, pepper and olive oil, so black pepper and olive oil, and so it's going to be very delicious. And I may post a picture if I remember. Soul Tribe, you're amazing. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I get you, I've got you, I love you. Ah, yes. As I've come to the end, exit stage left, because it was a sellout show at the yoga quarter today. 61, in fact I think 61 plus people in my class. I think there were at least 65 people, being as I saw a few names that hadn't been ticked off on the list, so maybe even more. So well done to everybody, welcome to everybody who was new, welcome back to all the regulars. Please keep coming, please keep supporting us. Those Inferno Hot Pilates classes are wonderful. I literally give it my all and leave everything on the mat. It really is a performance. And now it's time for me to, as I said before, exit stage left. Soul Tribe, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I get you, I've got you, I love you. Exiting stage left. Have a wonderful day. Sending lots of love. Bye.